Hey kiddo. I was going to do story time this time, and I was going to do another one on the myths, but you specifically requested a story from my past, one that you've heard about, one that you've probably heard me tell, but one that you really wanted me to tell tonight. So, I guess it's time to tell you about the couch. So, once upon a time, the house I was living in was a bit of a party house. We did a lot of partying on the weekends. When I was at work, there was a lot of partying through the week because I was the only one there with a job. But we had a really big party one weekend, and I'll say through the course of all those months of partying, the couch that we owned was a mess. It was ripped up. People had puked on it, and we had cleaned it up as best we could. But it was just a mess, right? And I was always complaining about it. So one night, I was talking to your mom. This was before we got married, and she was in Myrtle Beach with her family. So I was talking to her. I missed her a lot. She missed me, so we were talking on the phone. It was a party going on. Everybody was intoxicated. So whilst I was talking to her, I had a couple people come in. I can't even remember 100% who they were, because I was distracted. And they asked me something. And I said, sure, go ahead. I think it was Maxwell. You know Maxwell. Maybe Denver was involved. Probably Mike and Andy. It's hard to tell. Anyways, so I was on the phone with your mom for a little while longer. And I finished up with her, hung up, and I was going to get back to the party. I noticed it was very, very quiet. So I kind of looked around, didn't see anybody. And I walked into the living room, and there was no couch. And it was at that point I realized what it was that they asked me. I think maybe that when they asked me the first time, I didn't think that they were serious. Because someone came in and asked me, hey Brad, can we burn the couch? So there was really only one place to burn the couch, and that was in the fire pit out back. So I went very quickly outside, and I don't know how they did it, but they got the couch outside, down the hill, and there at the bottom of the hill was the biggest fire I've ever seen. This couch was burning, and there were some power lines there that were actually pretty high up, and this fire was going all the way up to them. It was crazy, and everybody, it was like some crazy ritual going on down there. They were down there just around it, just hooting and hollering and laughing. They had their drinks down there, and I'm just standing up there all the way at the top of the hill. I felt the heat from this thing, so I don't know how they were standing down there. And they turned around, saw me, and they just started yelling more, and I'm just standing there in disbelief. And I just start laughing because, what can you do at that point? So I as the fire's it's still burning pretty bright. As it's burning, I walk down there and kind of join the party. We stay out there until the thing burns all the way down, and it burned all the way down to just springs. And it wasn't even a lot of springs. Those springs were red hot by the time it was all done. And, yeah. And that has been a favorite memory of a lot of my friends since that night. it was really a culmination of like all the stupid stuff that we had done while I had lived in that place. Um, but at the same time, it was really cathartic because that couch was also kind of like a memory of how things were before. Um, you know, my parents had recently gotten divorced and they had both moved out. And I was essentially just living there with my sister and a couple of our friends. And while I felt that it was a lot of fun, it was also kind of painful just knowing everything that went down, and I just wasn't adjusting well to it. So really walking outside and seeing that couch burning like that was kind of therapeutic. And I know that it's a funny story to a lot of my friends, but they didn't really know that part of it, and I've never really talked about it until just now. So this is something I'm sharing with you so that you know some of the stuff that was going through my head. Yeah, it was a weird time in my life, and burning that couch was really, really therapeutic. So that being said, I know that you are going to do some dumb ass shit as you grow older. And I hope that I'm not there for most of it. I hope that you stay out of trouble. But I also hope that you do some dumb ass shit. And I hope you have fun doing it. I really do. I mean, one of my favorite quotes is, we're here for a good time, not a long time. And I definitely feel that. And I hope you have fun doing what you do. But I hope you stay safe through it. And just do some dumb shit for me. And then don't tell me about it, please. Don't hurt anybody else. Don't hurt yourself. Maybe not steal any cars. That would be great. But yeah. So I hope you enjoyed the story. I hope you enjoyed the parts that you'd never heard before. And I hope maybe you'll learn something from this. But that's the story. I love you very much. Good night, baby.